So, this message is for Winona and Ashley Judd. Hopefully, you saw the part one because this is not going to make sense unless you did. And TikTok sometimes is not too cooperative. It didn't let me do my hashtags and just took it. So, hopefully, you'll see this because I made a mention about some of the things that you mailed to me, Miss Wyatt, and how your mom would call the radio station on my behalf to help me try to win a contest, go to the Grammys. And I just thought that was funny. Just to make sure you understood, is the way the contest worked is that you had to get a celebrity that you knew to call, like your buds, and you're very kind sending me some of the stuff. But I wouldn't call us buds. I would love to call you buds, but it's not like we hanged out and had a coffee with the family. But so I don't know what your mom might have said because I would hear them talk to the other celebrities, the DJs, and asking people, so how long have you known such and such? And then the celebrity would oh, well, we'd known each other in high school, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't know she just called. And she probably made up something. I would love to have heard the call. But the reason why I was compelled to make this video and make a part two is because I was trying to. I didn't want to come off as a like a stalker, creepy weirdo fan. But I felt kind of connected to y'all after that incident with you sending me the little, I guess you would call it a Bible in the card and her calling. But really what drove it home, because I had watched just the show about the Hulu about your life, about your mom and her harming herself. And the reason why that touched me so much, the story, is because that happened in 2022, April. And on April 10th, 2022, I had my hemorrhagic stroke. And Winona and Ashley, you're very bright girls. Hemorrhagic is similar to an aneurysm. So, there's a lot of hemorrhaging in my mind, in my brain. And then I had a 2% chance of surviving. And I'm hemiplegic as a result of that now. And I struggle every single day. And I understand. I would never say I understand exactly what a person feels, but I can understand some elements of your mom's depression, because I'm sitting there after I've had this stroke and I can't walk, can't use my arm, and basically you're sitting in the bed having to use a bedpan, and you can't. It's just awful. I mean, you're using a bedpan. I mean, the world was pretty good. My life, I had worked so hard to get my life halfway decent, because I've had a lot of struggles myself, lots of drama, and it's finally starting to make a little bit of money to start doing some traveling. And that destroyed it all. But it's April 30th, your mama harmed herself. And I just remember being in, I guess you would call it a nursing home, watching the TV. And I was watching that, and I felt like, you're with me. It's funny because we're not really friends. Friends. Not like we hanged out. But I felt she was there. in a way. You know what I mean? And the timing of what happened to her, what happened to me, and I just thought how both of our worlds have changed, and how things can change, and how lives can change, and how you could have happy times. Just how the worlds have changed. I'm just thinking about when, from when your mom called on my behalf and when you sent my cards and all that, and how things have changed 25 years later. In a way, we are connected in a way. And so when I watched that show, it kind of opened up something for me. I don't know how to describe it, but you're in a weird state when something like that happens, and you're close to crossing over, so close, and there are days where sometimes you wish you did. Miss Ashley, you were right to let her go, because I don't know how bad it was if your mom could have had survived, but if she did, she would have wound up like me, or worse, if she did survive something like that. And there's most days I wish I didn't survive it. So, I just had to share that because I just felt we're really connected. And I don't know what compelled me to send this. Do you ever have something in your gut that you just want to say? You get inspired to say something, you don't know why. You just get moved to speak your mind. And that show inspired me to share this with y'all. I used to collect autographs at that time frame, and I have a whole bunch. And I don't want to go on and on and on about that. I'm autographing you and Ash and Naomi, and I have a whole bunch of others, but a lot of them are packed away. But I still have, and what's funny is that sometimes you just get busy and it just got left on the wall. Naomi's picture on my wall has to stay there. It just wound up being that way. And I just thought that was odd. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I don't know if it made a difference, if it's understanding. But I don't know why I felt compelled to say something or to share this with you, or if it makes a difference. But sometimes something in you, and I can't describe my thoughts at the time when I heard when I was in the, might as well say, nursing home. I'm dealing with my stroke and watching what happened to your mom, and like I felt like I was with her in some ways. I mean, because I really don't know y'all, but I know that sounds weird. I felt that, and it sounds weird because we're not family, we're not really friends, but it just seems like the timing and the drastic, and it was a hemorrhagic stroke, and I wasn't supposed to live. And there's lots of days where I wish I hadn't. But I try to be positive. It's really hard. But I just felt connected with that. Something in that show inspired me to write this. I don't know why, but it did.